I did one album with Mace. One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy?
Can't stop a nigga came from wicked. Can't roof. Karma came and gave him bonus for what he did to Kim Porter. Made the day he dies and rests in piss water. You could've changed his life, that nigga could've saved his life. Now it ain't no way to fight. Now he out here waving right. I know your strategies and what your habits be. And right now I got a roll in your faculties. So when you get the nerve to come after me, what audacity. Gotta know that dollar sign wasn't rapping free. Actually, after Big died, what a travesty. When Mace left, nigga, was nobody after all.
When singer Cassie launched a lawsuit against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs, her former flame. Diddy is accused in the lawsuit of mistreating and assaulting the woman during their romantic 10-year relationship. Diddy gained attention from this legal situation, particularly since he had been rebranding as Brother Love since 2017. Two other women's claims and a flurry of other allegations were spurred by the lawsuit. The entire industry was abuzz with the news, and Diddy's friend-turned-enemy Mace offered his thoughts. Mace touched on Diddy's purported involvement in Tupac's affairs in a subtle and indirect manner. But according to rumors, the founder of the Bad Boy brand is getting ready to avenge Mace by releasing an old video that could accuse the hitmaker, who is making a comeback. Diddy and Mace haven't exactly gotten along since their fallout. Following the release of his Diddy diss track last year, Mace persisted in denouncing his former label boss on social media, drawing attention to the long-standing animosity between the two rappers. The rapper from Harlem even went so far as to go on Instagram, live to explain why. In his song Oracle 2, he chose to take aim at Diddy, maintaining his integrity. The ongoing drama in the hip-hop scene is further compounded by the continuous clash between these two. Mace continued by saying things like brothers love to pay the freaks, but they never pay the artists. And who the hell did you call after the death of your lead artist? Unexpectedly, Mace attacked Puff in the song. He didn't specifically mention him, but it was clear from his lyrics that the Bad Boy founder was the target of his criticism. But it appears that Mace may not be entirely pure either. There are rumors that Diddy is getting ready to reveal some information about his former protege. Mace was in deep water more than 10 years ago over an unsubstantiated charge made by a former member of his congregation. One unhappy churchgoer said that Mace stole money from the congregation to finance his rap career back when the rapper became a preacher. Rapper Legacy the Jesus has made shocking allegations against Mace, which he expressed through the song Eviction. You do have this rapper named Mace, correct? Under Puff Daddy's Bad Boy Records, this dude rose to fame in the late 1990s. He was a tough gangster rapper before Puff transformed him into a pop-friendly musician. Mace hit #1 on the charts, and his debut record Harlem World went quadruple platinum. The surprising thing is that his die-hard supporters believed he softened. Dropping Double Up, a darker album, he tried to win them back. But in 1999, just as he was building the hype, Mace drops a surprise on everyone. He's giving up rapping because he discovered God. Mace so takes a 5-year hiatus, trains as a pastor in Atlanta, and establishes his own congregation. Some people believe he was forced out of the rap culture in Harlem. In 2004, he returns with the spotless album Welcome Back. However, it's obvious that he's not overly happy about it. Then, in 2005, he joins forces with 50 Cent and attempts to defect from Bad Boy to G-Unit, but Puff stops him. I'm not going to reveal who told me, but from what I heard, the agreement was basically set to go when Puffy showed in and demanded more. Everyone signed off on it, whatever. And that's what caused the agreement to collapse. And that's when 50 and Puffy started to fight after that. Yes, most likely. Most likely. I'm not familiar with the specifics of the music industry, but you are aware of how it has always been set up to exploit musicians. If a creator is ignorant, you simply are ignorant. This starts a conflict between Puff and 50 Cent. Mace stays in touch with G-Unit for a while before beginning to distance himself in 2006. There were speculations in 2007 that he was dropping an album called The Suicide Note and leaving Bad Boy for SRC Records. All of it never materializes, and instead rumors about MaSe and a transsexual prostitute swirl. It's clear by now that MaSe is no longer in preacher mode. Fans are perplexed and asking what's going on. Then, in 2021, MaSe registers with Bad Boy's new venture under Interscope Records after he and Puff call it quits. Puff approves of him working with other musicians to create a new album. And what do you know? MaSe intends to return to his hardcore beginnings by releasing the record the following year. Here's when things get crazy though. Rapper Legacy, the Jesus of Atlanta, spills the tea. Having attended MaSe's church for 3 years, he divulges that MaSe used the money from his congregation to finance his rap records. MaSe preached one thing and did another, hitting to strip clubs and then advising guys to remain faithful, according to Legacy, who brands him a hypocrite. He is even labeled as a false prophet by Legacy, who demands more from his pastor. What do you think I'd owe this guy financially? After just one record, he turned into a pretend pastor. Diddy was all over the place last year, saying MaSe owed him $3 million, and he denied ever stealing from his artist. DJ Envy brought up on The Breakfast Club how MaSe was accused of doing a similar money maneuver on one of his own artists, similar to what some are claiming about Diddy. Envy questioned Diddy on if he saw it as a "I told you so" moment, but Diddy cut her off. Trying to damage MaSe's reputation, he continued by labeling his claims as negative propaganda. Diddy addressed the matter candidly, stating that while he enjoys gossip, his role is to guide and lead. "My name is Diddy Combs, and I never took anything from nobody," he declared outright. He added that all he had done was provide possibilities and more money than they had been earning. When Charlamagne pressed Diddy about it, he said, "Never," when asked if he actually took money from his artists. Charlamagne mentioned that Diddy has been accused of this by numerous musicians. Diddy retaliated by adding that when money is tight, people play the blame game. "I did one album with MaSe. How much money do you think I owe this guy?" Diddy yelled at MaSe. He challenged anyone with receipts to come forward and labeled MaSe a forgery who was smearing God's name. Diddy is defending himself and everyone else by not playing along. The really bad news is this. MaSe released 2 additional albums on Diddy's label. Diddy asserted that MaSe owed him $3 million for a promised album advance. He's not going back and forth because he has the receipts. If you think Diddy owes you money, show him the receipt, and you'll get paid within a day. Otherwise, Diddy is clear.
How much money does, and I'm just throwing this out, how much money does somebody like a MaSe owe you? Because the reason I say
MaSe
that...
owes me $3 million. That's facts. I got the receipt.
Second album, you gave money to do a second album, never delivered.
Did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go back and forth with MaSe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth with nobody. I'm just gonna, if I'm here, I'm gonna speak up for myself. I'm gonna speak up for myself now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have you think something that I hate. I hate a thief. I hate somebody that don't got, and I don't hate nobody, but that's with somebody that just gotta take something that somebody else worked for just for their benefit and their friend. I don't like that. You know what I'm
really
saying?
doing it.
You are aware that MaSe struck back quickly, claiming that he's only upset because he prevented him from appearing on stage to promote his cheesy song. In a phony apology, he posted a video on Instagram, and then, in response to Diddy's remarks, he followed up with more audio. MaSe went all out, criticizing Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, and making disparaging remarks about how everything was named after her. Shaking his head at Diddy's discussion of receipts, he remarked, "Let's start with your mother."
Yo, how dare this nigga told me he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga. You need more proof, nigga? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing it, nigga.
Mase made a career change in 2021 when he was appointed as the pastor of Gathering Oasis Church in Atlanta. In 1999, he famously abandoned the music industry to pursue a ministry. Nothing was his 2014 release as an official single. In January 2020, he performed on stage as a Bad Boy tribute act, but it didn't appear like their brotherly love lasted long. Mase was accepted by Gathering Oasis Church following a seamless handoff from their previous pastor, Cornelius Lindsay. On Facebook, they praised Lindsay, and Mase shared his delight about the new position, exhorting people to look forward to great things from God in 2021. Not to be forgotten, though, Mase has conflicts with other well-known rappers in addition to Diddy. Mase took aim at Kanye West back in September 2020 when it appeared that the rapper was making fun of him in the song Devil in a New Dress from 2010. Mase mentioned that Kanye was going through a similar faith-focused phase with Sunday services and gospel albums when he made the decision to focus on his faith. Mase informed Kanye that he was once shamed for leaving the same system and mindset that he is currently fighting. Mase demanded a public apology from Kanye for suggesting that it was a mistake for Mase to choose to follow God during the height of his success. In 2017, rapper Cameron also weighed in on Mase's ministry, labeling him a scammer. Cam shared a documentary footage on social media that implied Mase was a scammer who was attempting to deceive his followers. Cam drew fans' attention to this by mimicking Mase's approach and making some sarcastic remarks during an Instagram live speech. Cam offered a different take on Mase's decision to become a pastor earlier that year, claiming Mase did it to avoid violence and attention, believing that people can't get even with me if I'm in church. Prior to publishing this, Cam hinted at a response to Mase's diss track, The Oracle, in which Mase implied that Cam had an affair with his own sister. Cam said that if he had a sister, it would be Mase's and denied having any. He talked about doing what you have to do, but he's finally receiving the credit he deserves. It has taken longer than anticipated for Mase and Puffy to continue their ongoing feud. During his statement at the Grammy Awards in January 2020, Diddy touched on a number of topics and advocated for greater diversity in the music business.
We are artists, and we are sensitive about our We are passionate. For most of us, this is all we got. This is our only hope. Truth be told, hip-hop has never been respected by the Grammys.
During a presentation at the Grammy Awards, Diddy didn't hold back when he called for artist openness and addressed the industry's lack of respect for hip-hop. Although a lot of people enjoyed the speech, Mase took offense, not because he didn't agree, but rather because he thought Diddy didn't live up to his words. Mase outlined previous business problems, claiming to have been defrauded and paid unfairly. He said that Diddy still owned his publication from 24 years ago, which he had paid $20,000 for, and that when he attempted to repurchase it for $2 million, he was told he would have to match a European offer or wait until he turned 50. Mase demanded that Diddy make a shift and pay musicians what they deserve. While some were stunned by Diddy's public statement, many more who shared examples of their years of witnessing his avarice were unsurprised. However, Diddy disclosed that he and Mase had made up in a September interview with Billboard. Sometime in 2021, Diddy began transferring song publication rights to Mase and other former Bad Boy singers, coinciding with the Grammy Gala, at which Diddy was honored with the Industry Icon Award. Diddy clarified that he started the rights transfer in May or June 2021 after coming under fire for how he handled the big boy repertoire and seeing the need for change. He made the decision to put purpose over profit and was delighted to return the publishing as a transformed businessman. Puffy has had a difficult few weeks due to significant obstacles facing his billion-dollar business enterprise. He is leaving his position as chairman of Revolt temporarily. You don't say, Yes, that concludes the lawsuits. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is also being sued tonight in federal court in New York on charges of sexual assault and sex trafficking. In a startling new lawsuit, Sean Diddy Combs refutes claims made by his ex-girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura, of rape, physical abuse, and sex trafficking. Greetings from again. Sean Diddy Combs, the music entrepreneur, is the target of fresh accusations of sexual assault. This time, a lady says that back in 1991, in New York City, the rapper drugged and sexually attacked her. The billionaire, who is believed to be worth $1 billion, is facing accusations of assault, which has caused some businesses to cut ties with him. Diddy's many endeavors have been negatively impacted by the November lawsuits filed by 3 women accusing him of assault and abuse. Even though he is among the wealthiest hip-hop artists and has a wide range of businesses under his name, such as a record label, beverage firm, and TV station, recent accusations have caused him to suffer. Diddy has resigned from his position as chairman of the TV network Revolt, been dropped by a private school he assisted in founding, and had his apparel line phased out. Industry insiders caution that the mogul's problems might just be getting started. With a $1 billion projected net worth, Diddy is one of the biggest names in the business. Combs Global, his parent firm, has relationships that bring in over $90 million a year. But as accusations surface, a few of his business associates are reevaluating their ties to him. Diddy is regarded as one of the most prosperous businessmen and cultural icons, although his standing and commercial pursuits are questioned. Diddy's business dealings, character, and cultural icons are all being scrutinized. 18 brands have cut their connections to him,